What's going on, man? It's your boy King Ford. We back again. I know it's a random day. We don't normally do Thursdays, but we're trying something different this time. You know what I'm saying? So today on Members Only, we have the Olympian Sharrieffa Barksdale, Dr. Sharrieffa Barksdale. We're gonna go ahead and get your title clear off the rip. And so so yeah, just Harriman High School, All American, University of Tennessee, All American, SEC champion, 1981 Women's Outdoor National Champion. You're the first. You was on the first national championship women's team at the University of Tennessee. 82. You was the first in history to run the 400-meter dash in under 55. No, 400-meter hurdles.
Yes,
in 55 seconds. And you're a 1983 Pan American Games silver medalist, 1986 gold medalist at the Olympic Festival. You competed in the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. Your hometown honored you with the, keys to the city. That's big. That's big time right there. They named the street after you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got the track named after you. Look, then you was inducted into the University of Tennessee Hall of Fame in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Dr. Sharrieffa Barksdale. How you doing?
Doing great. And thank you so much for reaching out to me and having me on your podcast, giving me the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, for sure. So I did some research, and I did see where you were doing, I don't know if you're still doing it or not, but I know you was a senior manager of the USA Track and Field Alumni Relations.
Yes, I'm still there.
Okay, and then you doing one-on-one training academy. And are you still partnered with Justin Gatlin?
Yes, we still have our nonprofit organization. I'm the founder. He's the co-founder in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay, yeah, for sure, man. So, it's great to have you here. I know you're very busy. You always busy. I see it a lot. Because I'm on your social media and stuff, following you quite often. So,
well, thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad you're here, for sure. So
I'm gonna take off my glasses because it's a lot of glare. So yeah, I think this is
so. I wanted to get you on here because, well, for a number of reasons. For one, for the things that you've accomplished, athletically, and then here, typically we talk about sports, but we also talk about like real life things as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I try to get people that are former athletes, former or current athletes, who can relate on the sports side of things, and also, you can relate to us on a business level or just a real life level as well.
Yes.
So you're an entrepreneur. You have a lot of things going on. So I feel like it was important. It was very important to have you on here. So
well, thank you once again.
Yeah, for sure. And I have two other people that do the podcast with me. With it being a Thursday, and just kind of like last minute for them, I can pivot a little bit more. Right. They have a slighter schedule than me. Well, I have a slighter schedule than them. So
gotcha.
So first things first, we've already talked about the things that you have going on. Did I leave out anything that you have going on at the time?
No, just really just busy getting ready for the Olympic trials and getting ready for the Olympic Games, and just making sure that I complete my dream, the reality of rebuilding the Sharrieffa Barksdale track. So I'm always my hand is always in something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, about the track. I know I seen you were y'all were working on rebuilding the track. Mm-hmm. Is that track still at your old high school, or is it like a different location?
Yes, because when I was in high school, we didn't have a track, so I ran on the football field on grass. And so then after I graduated and went to University of Tennessee and made the Olympic team, they built a track October the 18th, 1984. So, and presented me the key to the city, but I never had the opportunity to run on that track. So for various reasons, me with my work, with traveling all over the place, moving from here to there, because I done lived in 15 states. Yes, in my lifetime. And so a lady by the name of Martha Wilkerson, she reached out to me and she was telling me that, she was walking the track because she's not from Harriman. And so she said she was walking the track and she asked her husband, who is this Sharrieffa Barksdale? So he began to tell her. And so she said, this is a shame because you have an Olympian that come from a small town of Harriman, Tennessee, which no one has ever heard of, and for this track to be in such disarray. So she reached out to me, and we just went to work. And so with the grace of God and the community, the sponsors, the donors that have come together, Harriman City, Roane County, they all came together to donate, and we made a dream a reality that has come true. So the asphalt is laid, and it was set for about 2.5 months in order for it to settle in terms of pro sport. Consulting group will come in and lay the remaining topping of the track and will stripe it for the community of Harriman and for Harriman High School to finally have a track, because
oh yeah,
sports it changed the life of children. And academic is great and stuff like that, but if you look at the geographic of things, what does people like? They like sports. So not having a track program has really hindered a lot of children that could have gotten a scholarship and maybe one day became an Olympian. So now with us rebuilding the track and them having a track program, as I told several people, that one day there will be an Olympian that comes out of Harriman, Tennessee. You just have to invest into the program. You have to invest and sow those seeds into the children.
Yeah. So all these years, the high school just hasn't had a track program at all.
They had it for, I think, about maybe 10 years, but I can't really say because I really don't know. I just know that for at least for 20 years, they haven't had a track program.
That's crazy. Yeah. Cause where I'm from, I went to a high school called North Rowan High School. It's in Spencer, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a track, and it's like you said, we've had like some greats come out of here, and some nationally ranked, some state ranked.
That's right.
And we won state. I mean, I know for sure we won state from like the 90s or the late 80s all the way to the early 2000s, like straight. So it was like, I mean,
right. And
so
even if you don't, right, and even if Olympian doesn't come out of Harriman High School, they can get a scholarship. It will pay for them to go to school and combine track and field with academic. That child can become somebody. You know what I'm saying? And they can easily go to a D3, D2, D1. There's scholarships out there. They're partial scholarship. I didn't go on a full scholarship to University of Tennessee.
Yeah, I read that.
Right.
Your freshman year, you had a partial. Right?
Partial scholarship. And the thing about it is, I had a full scholarship to Old Dominion. That's where I was going because the late Dr. Gibson, he came to my house to sign me. He literally, him and his assistant coach was inside my house getting ready to sign me. And Terry Crawford calls me from the University of Tennessee. University of Tennessee, no one was looking at little Sharrieffa Barksdale until my senior year, and I handily won the state championship in Nashville, Tennessee. So when they saw that, they was like, "Oh my God!" And so as I was getting ready, Dr. Gibson, Coach Gibson, they walk in the house, and my mother's entertaining them. We're talking; they're excited to have me because I was getting a double scholarship, basketball and track, to play for Old Dominion. So the telephone rung, and I'm like, "Who's this?" And she said, "This is Coach Terry Crawford." Now, mind me, I wanted to go to University of Tennessee because my brother, Val Barksdale, the late Val Barksdale, he was the first true freshman to sign a scholarship and start as a true freshman for the University of Tennessee. So athletics runs in our family. So I'm like, so she said, "I can't give you a full scholarship, but I can give you a partial scholarship." So I'm like, I called my mother in the kitchen. And so I told her, I said, "This is University of Tennessee. This is Terry Crawford on the phone." I said, "She wants to offer me a scholarship." My mama said, "What?" I said, "Yes." And I said, "Don't be talking so loud so they hear you in the living room."
Yeah.
So she said, "Well, are they offering you a full scholarship like Old Dominion?" I said, "No, they only offer me a partial scholarship." She said, "Where are you going to get the rest of the money?" And I said, Terry Crawford said financial aid, like that. So by my father being deceased, and my mother, we qualified for financial aid. So that's how I was able to pay for my tuition at University of Tennessee. So I had to go back into the living room and let Coach Dr. Gibson know that I will not be signing a letter of intent
Oh
with Old
man.
Dominion. And so he said, excuse me, he said, what? And I said, no. I said, that's Terry Crawford, Coach Crawford, on the phone, and she offered me a scholarship. I didn't tell him it was a partial scholarship. I said, it's just a scholarship. So he said, now, Barksdale, he said, I can't compete with that. He said, if I had the opportunity to run for the Lady Vols, that's what I would do. And so the Coach Gibson was in my life, because I talk real fast. He was in my life from the time I was 17 years old until he passed away about 3 years ago.
Dang, I don't know. I was gonna say, how did you go in there and tell them you weren't gonna go? Because they had came to the house, everything.
Yes, hey, it was a no. When she said University of Tennessee, honey, that was a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember you said you mentioned basketball.
Uh-huh.
I also read where you was you was all district on varsity basketball in high
Yes,
school, but you was in the 8th grade.
in the 8th grade. I mean, yes, I started. And back then, when we first did it, it was half court. And then when Title IX entered, then we went full court. But I was blocking shots. I was fast. I was fast up and down. Only thing they needed to do was get the rebound. By the time they got the rebound, I'm already down at the end of the court making a layup. But yes, I made all district. And I was the first one that Coach Richard Pickle, he saw this in me, and he did not care. He's like, hey, move her up. And I started every game.
That's crazy. I read that. I said, dang, this on varsity is the 8th grader. Like,
Yes, yes.
it was
And
like all district.
I was the first Black drum major. And there's never
Wow,
been another African American drum major.
that's crazy. So, but you were born and raised in
In
Harriman.
Harriman. Mm-hmm.
So you went to you went to elementary school, like
Central Elementary School, and of course we wasn't even thinking about track at that. There wasn't even heard of we played basketball. So and then
yeah.
I went to Cumberland Middle School, and then I played AAU, and we won the AAU national championship when I was in middle school. And so and then Ralph Boston saw me play as a 8th grader in high school, the late Ralph Boston, and he came to Harriman as when I was a freshman. When I got a freshman in high school, he came to Harriman, asked my mom, could she bring me up to Knoxville, Tennessee to run for the Knoxville Track Club? And that's how Ralph Boston played a part in my life, and he became my godfather. He just passed away a year ago.
Oh wow, okay. Dang. Well, yeah, definitely condolences to that for sure.
Yes, yes, he
So
was
like
one in a million.
so once you so I know you said nobody heard about you till your senior year. So I mean obviously I know you still put in the same amount of work all the years before that.
Oh,
So
yes,
like so today, kind of what we basing this episode is really gonna be about, you gotta stay motivated. And
yes,
that's why it's perfect that you said that, because you ran for 4 years and obviously you dominated. You was on varsity in basketball as a middle schooler. So you put in all this work for all these years to get to a certain point where at this point you thought you were going to Old Dominion at this point. It wasn't until that fateful phone call you figured out
right.
that you had the opportunity to go to Tennessee. So
Mm-hmm.
my question to you is, how at that time did you stay motivated to continue to keep pushing, even though it seemed as though your work was going unnoticed, because like you said, nobody heard of you until your senior year?
Right. Well, my mother and my family, we're overachievers. And Ralph Boston told my mother, said, in order for her to be the best, she has to get up every morning at 6 o'clock. I don't care if it's raining, sleet, snow, whatever. She has to get up and run those hills. So where we lived at, there's this big steep hill. And every morning my mother will wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. She says, Shree, get up. It's time to get up there training. I will put on my clothes and stuff and run those hills. And Ralph Boston will give me my workout. I had to do 10 hills, jog down the hill, come back up. And that extra work got me to where I am. Because if a person can say, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. But if you do not put the work in it, the dedication, the motivation, the determination, the willpower. And yes, the roads are going to be rough. Ain't nothing going to be easy. But if you're willing to work and put in the hard work, you will come out victorious. And here's the thing about it is, winners train, losers complain. And you have to ask yourself, which one am I? I'm a winner all day, every day.
For sure.
And it's not that I'm cocky, but I know what I am, who I am, and whom I am. And can't nobody tell me that Sharrieffa Barksdale ain't all that in the bag of potato chip. Yes, I am.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because I have put in the work. I have left a legacy. My legacy will live on until I die. And that's what I work for and build for. And that's what I have instilled in my children, because my family, my father, my brother, my sister, my mother, all of them instilled that in all of us. You go for the star. And you let nobody tell you that you can't, because can't and no isn't in your vocabulary. It's only in the book that you read. So if you're not willing to take those risks, if you're not willing to work hard, but you think everything is going to be given to you and you little marshmallows crumbling when somebody yells at you like that, you in the wrong business.
Yeah.
That's in any business, because you're going to have those people that see something in you, see the potential in you, and they are going to stay on you. It's not because they don't like you, but they see something in you, just like Ralph Boston saw something in me, Terry Crawford saw something in me, Missy Kane saw something in me. All of these people that I surround myself with saw something in little Sharrieffa Barksdale from Harriman, Tennessee.
That's what's up, for sure. And I know since you preach about how your family instilled that in you, like how your family instilled like the work ethic into you. So I can only imagine that when you got to the University of Tennessee, you just kind of like carried on with that same mindset, carried on with the same thing, because I played college ball too, and I know that normally in sports, when you're one of the best in whatever city you're from, typically when you get to school, you surrounded by people who are the best where they from too. So now everybody the best. Now at this point, the only thing that generally would separate you from them will be either your work ethic, or you know what I'm saying, or how motivated you are.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So like so just kind of based on how your upbringing was, I'm not even surprised at all that you ended up doing all the things that you've done, at Tennessee, because I mean everybody was fast.
Yeah,
Everybody,
you had Benita Fitzgerald, you had Delisa Myers, Walter Myers, you had Kathy Rattray, you had Joetta Clark. All of these end up making Olympians, made Olympic team, and University of Tennessee had the most Olympians in the history. I mean, we was right. I mean, everything, and these are not just one-time Olympians. These are 2, 3, and 4-time, 5-time Olympians. So when I got to college, first thing that I remember, Ralph Boston told me, he said, when you go to college, it's going to be hard, but you have prepared yourself. And he said, when you go out there to train, don't you be looking at their back. Let them look at your back. So whoever comes across that finish line, so be it. And that's how I ran my race. Catch me if you can. If I die at the finish line, so be it. But you're going to have to come and get me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you ran the 400 meter hurdles in 55 seconds. I couldn't run that without hurdles.
Right. And then I ran 55, but then I later on set the American record running 54.90, which I was the first woman in the history of the 400 meter hurdles in the United States to break the American record and go under 55 running 54.90.
That's crazy. Because
I learned it in 2 years.
Man, look, my coach made me run the 400 meter one track meet. And I'm talking no hurdles now, no hurdles.
Yeah,
I couldn't run. I ran like a 59 with no hurdles. You was running and jumping, and you ran 54.9 with hurdles. I couldn't run 50. I ran 59 with no hurdles. So I mean, but nah, it's that's crazy. So like once you finish college, like, because I don't know, I've never met anybody who's an Olympian or even sniffed the Olympics, even though I know several people who I feel like were good enough to do so. So like once you finish college, like how does that process like even work? How did you even get from Tennessee to the Olympics? Like, how was it? It was like a
Well,
tryout for it? Like, how did it work?
actually, I was still in college when I made the Olympic team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a senior in college when I made the
Oh,
Olympic team.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So then, but then after college, I moved with my coach down to Austin, Texas, with Terry Crawford, who ended up getting the head coaching job down in Austin. So I ended up going there, running with her, and then I ended up going. I left her, and then I went to Tallahassee and ended up being the track coach at Florida A&M, and was training then in Tallahassee.
Oh, wow. So you got the coach and you was training at the same
Uh-huh.
time?
Uh-huh.
Word. So then when you went to LA, for the Olympic Games, like how was that experience though?
Wow. Let me back up for the Olympic trials, because they had me ranked number one to win the Olympic trials. Had me going. They had Judy. It was me, Judy Brown, and now, which is Clark, and they had Lori McCullough. So we were the top three that they was looking to make the Olympic team. So normally, if you make the world championship, because the world championship is equivalent to the Olympic Games, making the Olympic team, and as you know, being an athlete, that trying to make the United States Olympic team is the hardest team to make across the board. So
Yeah.
when we get ready to run, this was the final. I got so nervous and broke out to highs that I threw up. And I looked at the tape back, and Ronaldo Nehemiah, who was commentating at that time, said, "Oh my gosh, Sharrieffa Barksdale just threw up." So they got us up off of the track and everything, and washed down the track and everything. So they put us back into our blocks, and so they said, "Runners, take your mark, get set, go." So anybody that knows me, I'm taking it out all the way out. I'm talking about I am sprinting. So it's like, catch me if you can. So we're running. So we're coming off. I was in lane 5. Judy Brown was in lane 4. Judy Brown was I was in lane 6. Judy Brown was in 5. Angela Williams was in 4, and Lori McCullough was in 7. So we're running. So I see Judy Brown come past me. So it's like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make the Olympic team. So then Angela Wright from Florida State, which she wasn't even across the board, it's like, where did she go? She gets second. So now it's like, oh God, I done worked so hard for this. I got to lift, I got to pump, I got to lean. All of this stuff was like, just my brain was just discombobulated. It was just, I could just hear all this stuff going in my mind. And only thing I knew that I had to out lean Lori McCullough. So as we came through at the same time, because it had to take them a while to determine who won. The only reason why I ran, because my torso was a lot bigger than Lori McCullough, so I out leaned her, because we practiced. Right, because in practice we had to practice to lean. You better run through that tape, because I've seen a lot of athletes to this day that has lost many races because they did not execute at the end and lean and run past the tape. They have lost so many races. So I knew that if I out leaned her, I had it. But it took them for a long time to determine who made the Olympic team. And then when I looked up, because I was down like this, and I was just fidgeted. And when I looked on that scoreboard and it said Sharrieffa Barksdale, 3rd place, man, when I tell you, it was just like I was turning cartwheels. It was like I had lost my freaking mind. Really,
it had to be top 3 to make it.
Top 3. You got to be in the top 3. And see, I didn't even know anything about the A list, because you had to run a certain time to be an A list athlete. I didn't know about no time. The only thing I knew that I ran and this, that. Nowadays, the standard, you have to have the A standard. We had the A standard, but I never worried about the A standard, because hey, I always had the A standard, not knowing what the A standard really was. So making that Olympic team from a small town, when I had a librarian my freshman year in high school, and I wanted this book on Wilma Rudolph. And I went to her and I asked her, can you help me find a book on Wilma Rudolph? And she said, no, why do you want a book on Wilma Rudolph? I said, because I'm going to be an Olympian. I'm going to be in the Olympics one day. So she said, silly child, you're not going to be in the Olympics. So she didn't help me. So I went and I looked for this book and stuff like that, because the movie of Wilma Rudolph was playing back then. So I got the book and everything like that. And so my senior year, and I think that really did it, because Ralph Boston had me on a three-way with Wilma Rudolph. And she said, is this Sharrieffa Barksdale? I said, yes, it is. She said, this is Wilma Rudolph. I said, get out of here, and clicked. I hung up on her. Because I'm like, Wilma Rudolph don't even know little Sharrieffa Barksdale. So I hung up the phone, because it was right after school. So then Ralph called back, and he said, I got Wilma Rudolph on the three-way. And so then she said, just go out there, this is my senior year, and have fun. And when I tell you that I kicked butt my senior year and won it, I ran against Cheryl Pennell, Julie Poland, all of them was going to the Tiger Bells. All of them, they was going to sign with the Tiger Bell, because I wanted to be a Tiger Bell, because Chandra Cheeseborough and all of them, Brenda Moorhead, was there, and all these great athletes, but Temple didn't want me. So that's how I ended up going to University of Tennessee, because the librarian told me that I wouldn't make it. And so then when I got back to Harriman, Tennessee, and they had this big celebration, and they gave me the key to the city, the librarian got up there, and so she said, I want to apologize to you. I am the librarian that told her that she would never be an Olympian.
Oh man. Well, at least she apologized though.
Yeah, yes, in front of everybody. So this year marks 40 years of me being on the 84 Olympic team. And what's so gratifying is that it's people don't understand what God has for you is for you. And when he orchestrates steps, follow his steps, because who would have thought 40 years ago that I would go back to my hometown and resurface, rebuild that track, and then in September hosting a big celebration and doing the ribbon cutting of the track 40 years ago.
If right, that's crazy. And I seen like I seen the joint they got for you. They got your name on it when they like presented it to you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So like once you open it, what are like the plans? Because I was reading on it, but like just kind of like to ask you for the people, like what exactly are your plans for the track once you get everything up and rolling?
Is to continue my foundation and for them to have a track program. And I'm a lot of colleges have stepped up to donate hurdles, blocks, and stuff like that to the track program, and to give track scholarship to deserving athlete, whether it's in books or, and that's the reason why I want to keep my foundation and raise money in order to give them a substantial amount of money to continue their education.
I've seen where you was looking to offer scholarships to athletes to go to school to further their education.
Yes.
So, and I also seen where you had the gala.
Yeah, we had two gala. Yes, to raise money and stuff like that. And both of them were phenomenal. Yes. And so again, like I say, this year it's free. It's free. It's no one has to pay, not one penny. Everything is free. We're gonna have the vendors. We're gonna have the food trucks. We're gonna have the popcorn machine, candy machine. It's gonna be a carnival. It's gonna be a big celebration. And let me tell you something. It is going to be off the chain.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to come to that.
Yeah, please do. It's gonna be phenomenal. I got some people, because my daughter's an actress in LA. She got me the hookup with one of the guys that did choreograph one of Beyonce's video. He's gonna choreograph a dance, and the routine is gonna set, because Harriman ain't never seen nothing coming out of LA like this. It's gonna be wonderful. Yes.
For sure. I already know it's gonna be crazy. If it's especially small too, like people haven't even seen.
Right.
You know what I mean, y'all gonna have celebrities coming through and all that.
Yes, we are. Yes.
So what about the I also was reading about the brick. Now you can like pay a certain amount of money, you get your name on engraved in a brick. Is that gonna go at the track too?
Yes, let me tell you something. You have most definitely did your research. You have done your research, and that's what I like. So you can purchase a brick with just your name on it. and it would be a sidewalk and it'd be cemented down in the ground and everything. Or you can buy a brick for $200 that you can put a quote on it, or you can put your logo on it, or whatever you want to put on it to dedicate to the track. And that also will go to equipment and scholarships.
Yeah, because I was saying, I said, yeah, I want to get me a brick for
Yeah, get
sure.
your brick
I
and
want,
put your, and you know what, that becomes history. That becomes
right.
that becomes history. So that's part of people giving a brick becomes history to something that was demolished so many years ago, and now is getting ready to open up so many doors for young kids. And that's my mission. It's all about the children at the end of the day, because our children are our future, and if we don't pour into them, somebody else will, and may not be the kind of pouring that needs to be in them. Because I'm a positive, upbeat person, and I'm going to just share this with you. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of people, young kids, to reach out to me about scholarships. There was this one guy, and he calls me auntie. I never met him. Never met him. He met me 4 years ago, and he reached out to me and he said, I really want a scholarship. And he was passionate about it. He was sending his workout. I got him a scholarship. And to this day, he's always been so appreciative and so thankful for me getting him a scholarship, because nobody believed in him. And although I knew his work ethic from what he was sending me, and let me tell you something, he wore me out, but that's okay. But you know what? That's okay, because I knew that he had the passionate about it and stuff. And so I called a couple of schools, and again, he ended up getting a scholarship, and I'm so proud of him.
No, that's major.
Yeah,
That's major. Because I mean, a lot of times, a lot of athletes are overlooked, and
they are. Yes.
yeah,
And what athletes need to realize, it doesn't have to, especially with track and field or any sport, you don't have to go to a D1 school to show off your talent, especially in track and field, because track and field is individual. Don't because you get overlooked when you go to these big major universities, especially in football and basketball, because at the end of the day, the coaches already know who they want. They're not going to give you an opportunity. What they will give you an opportunity is use your body up to make the other players look good. But when it's time for you to get your recognition, they're not going to put you out there. But at the end of the day, continue to work hard, because at the end of the day, you cannot hide hard work. They can deny you what God has for you.
that's right. Because like you said, in track, it's like individual, and I feel like it's the same way. It's really the same way in like baseball too. Those are
That's
like
right.
those two sports where it doesn't matter where you go to school at. It matters about the type of work or the type of output that you give. Basketball is like a team thing, and they're gonna
Yes.
always gonna downplay smaller divisions in basketball or football, because they're gonna feel as though the competition level doesn't exceed a certain threshold. So that's just kind of like one of those things. But you 100% right when it comes
Yes.
to track. So my son, my youngest son, actually, he runs track right now.
Mm-hmm.
He does triple jump. He
Okay.
does triple jump for A.L. Brown High School. It's out here in Kannapolis, North Carolina. And I didn't think he was. I ain't gonna say he's athletic, so I always believe in my son, but I didn't know he was gonna be that good,
Got you. Mm-hmm.
naturally that good. So I mean, he's pretty good right now. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely I've been trying to do everything I can to keep him motivated
That's
and
good.
let
That's
him know
good.
that we at least care that he's doing that. Because I mean, he does play other sports too, but track is like it's like one of those things. I think it's his thing. So
Right.
so yeah, like definitely.
And you know where parents make their mistakes? Parents make their mistake because they don't listen to their children. You have to listen to them. If my children came to me and say, hey, I came up with this new invention. I can jump off the building and fly. Can you catch me, mama? I'm gonna believe them, and I'm gonna say yes, you can, and you get up on that roof, and mama's gonna catch you. They believe that.
Yeah,
They believe that, but so many parents tear their children down, and oh, you're not going to be nobody. Why you want to do this? Let them try. As long as
yeah.
they try, and even if they fail, dust yourself off, get yourself back on that horse, and you ride it till you can't ride it no more. I would never ever discourage any kid, anybody, no adult. If you say you can do it and you believe you can do it, yes, you can. Who am I to tell you that you can't do it? Who am I to
Right.
tell you that your what you want to do is stupid? Then you make a liar out of them, because I know what God has for me. As long as I got faith in God, I know what I can do. Not what they say I can do, but what God say I can do. And if I work hard and know my vision and know my goal and know what I have to do to make it, can't nobody tell me that I can't. You done told a lie.
Right.
Because I'm telling you now, I am 62 years old. Can't nobody come to me and say, Sharrieffa, you talking crazy. You can't do this. You tell a lie. And you know what? I'm going to show you better than I can tell you, because I function better with my back up against the wall. So you don't let anybody tell you that you can't and that you nobody, because the devil is a liar.
You right. You right.
You got me to preaching up in here.
Oh yeah, nah, go ahead, preach on, preach on. So as far as the track and everything is concerned, I know that's a major project for you right now. It's something that I've, like I said, I've been paying attention to. I know you're very motivated on that. It means something to you, which as it should.
Yes.
It was presented to you so long ago. So upon completing this, because I know you're gonna finish it, I can already tell just you motivated.
Oh yeah.
You gonna
It's
finish
done.
it. So
It's gonna be done, and it's gonna be done the first week of September. So oh yeah,
okay.
ain't no stopping that.
So listen, so once you finish that, so I know you're not complacent at all. You're not a complacent person at all.
No.
So what's next?
What's next? I'm working on my TV series, and so I'm in negotiation with a network. It's called Hurdles. So it would be 10 season, 10 episode, and it would take you on a roller coaster that you ain't never imagined you could ever be on.
What time? What time is it based in? I don't want to ask too many questions. I want to keep the people wondering, but like what time? What years is it based on?
It would be based on from my childhood all the way up to a certain year, or but again, put it this way, it will probably be one of the best TV show, because it's real. It's the life that I lived, and people will probably say there's no way she lived that life.
Right.
There's just no way. But yes, I did.
Right. I was gonna say, dang, I auditioned for an extra, but nah, back in them days, nobody didn't have dreads and didn't look like me and none of that. I'd had to have like the old school fro with the
Bro,
Gumby or something.
yeah. So, but
Hey,
yeah,
but
so that's what. So I've been working on that for since 2018. So now everything. But you know what? We can't rush stuff. We got to wait on God and let God order our footsteps. It's not my time, but it's God's time. And I'm a singer. I write. I produce. I have 2 songs that's out. The one is called Strong Women, and the other one is called Love Is Blind. And I have some more that I'm working on.
oh yeah, so you about to jump all in Hollywood then, ain't you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
And then my daughter, Gentel Cherie, who is an actress in Hollywood, and she's killing the game out there. She's gonna play me.
Oh nah, that's nice right there. That's nice. That's nice.
She's gonna play me, because can't nobody play me but her, because
Right.
she knows my story. And she's a good actress as well.
Okay. We got I got a question. It was a question in the comments. She says, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but she says, my daughter Vea runs 4x1 and 4x2. She's came in first place each meet and had first experience as anchor yesterday. Her dream is to become D1 and get a track scholarship. What advice do you have for her?
So is she just running all relays? If she just
I
if she's
think
just doing okay, but that's good that she's running relays, but she has to run individual, because although they will see her running relay, she needs to run 100. She needs to run some 200. She even need to jump in there to do some quarters, because if you can run different multiple events, then your range is wider for a scholarship.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
and
she
that's good
she
that
commented and said yes, all relays. So yeah, that kind of
no,
you
she
answered
needs
the
to
right question.
don't let them, and I'm just gonna put it out there because high school coaches, They're really some of, I won't say all of them, but some of them they don't know how to coach. They there for a paycheck. And I'm just keeping it real. I saw a video where the coach let this girl go out there and run these hurdles, and I was just so upset, and I wrote a long comment. But don't let them use her just to run relays. You let her. She needs to, and even if you have to go to the coach and tell the coach, yes, I see that you have my daughter running all these relays, but when is she going to run 100? When is she going to run a 200 to show her talent? Because just because she runs a relay is not going to get her a scholarship. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, for sure. But man, so I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know you had all the TV shows, the series, all this stuff going on. Are you gonna have it running like Netflix and all, or you haven't got that far yet?
Well, I can't just disclose who I'm with.
All right, okay, no, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
I
some
can't disclose.
contractual things right there. So nah,
But
I
look,
ain't gonna even dive in there.
it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be popping, man. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be
I'm already knowing, and I'm already knowing it's gonna pop, and we're gonna make sure we support. We're gonna watch. We're gonna do all that. So you just keep me posted on everything that's going
yes,
on with it,
yes.
because I'm with it. And also, two things. First thing, I know how to get my brick. I already researched on how to do that. I know how to get my brick and get
Okay.
my name on it. Um, Once you have the grand opening, when you have that big event out in your hometown,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna come out there. So I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Oh
We
man,
gonna
you
come.
let me tell you something. If you come out there, man, your money ain't good in Harriman, Tennessee. If you come out there for me, because hey, you taken care of. I got you, and I mean that
All
from
right,
the
that's a
bottom of my
bet.
heart.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
we're gonna come out there for
and
sure,
and and
for sure.
because I have your information, I will send you the save the date and a VIP invitation, because that day we will have a special VIP for the celebrities, the dignitary, and stuff like that. So you will be one on my VIP list.
Oh yeah,
You and your
oh
family.
yeah, VIP, yes sir. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So but yeah, so um, as I close out the podcast every single time, we always, no matter how crazy our convo was, no matter what we talked about, we always end on a positive note.
That's right.
Um, and I just like to do that for a number of reasons. One of the reasons being because I just try to keep that positivity going no
That's
matter
right.
what. Um, so you the guest today, so you can go first. So you
Okay.
had any positive reinforcement for anybody that's watching, whether it's an adult or even if it's a kid that's maybe aspiring to be a you, what kind of words would you have for them?
And I have told, because I had a dance group, and before we got started, I would tell them, and they had to repeat it. And believe it or not, all of those they're adults now, and they remember it. And if they see me, they say, "Dang, I remember what you said," and that has stayed with me for the rest of my life. So what I tell you out there is that you are somebody. You will let nothing or anybody stand in your way, because the word can't and no isn't in your vocabulary, only in the book that you read. If you carry that with you, even when things get tough, things get hard, remember, look yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, I am somebody. I will let nothing stand in my way. Yes, today may not have been as good as yesterday, but tomorrow will be ready or will be better. And if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, he will never leave you or forsake you. He's going to always have you. You may not understand your journey, but you will understand it at the end of the tunnel, and that rainbow will be bright of so many colors.
Oh yeah, I like that. I definitely can't I can't beat that one at all for sure. But 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 those are some great words. Even for me, I needed to hear that myself. If we're gonna be totally honest, I needed to hear that myself. Um, so for me, the positive words I have for everybody is, which I drop them every week. I drop some jewels every week, but I think the biggest thing right now, because normally I focus on mental health because I feel like that
Yes,
is so important,
important.
and I think it's something that's overlooked often. But I think in light of today's topic, staying motivated,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we gotta continue to not be complacent. I think complacency is like the root of not staying motivated.
That's right.
Because I mean, like you said, you have goals, and the goals that you have reached, you would have never reached the point you are today if when you reach the first goal, you know what I'm saying, you just settled for that
That's right.
and you just left it at that. So staying motivated is gonna also go line hand in hand with consistency. So we're gonna make sure we stay consistent, and
That's
we're
the
gonna
key.
make sure that we are non-complacent in everything that we do, and that's every single day. I need to do that myself also, because I'm not just one that's gonna preach about something as if
That's
I
right.
do it, but
Hmm.
that's my shortcomings as well. Staying consistent and not getting complacent. Which complacency isn't like the hardest thing; it's the consistency aspect for
That's
me.
the key. That's the key word. Being
Yeah.
consistent.
So everybody that's out there listening, everybody that's going to listen, just make sure y'all continue to be complacent. I mean, I'm sorry, consistent, not
Consistent,
complacent.
but consistent.
Consistent. Make sure y'all continue to be consistent in everything you do every single day, whether it's athletics, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whatever it is that you do, just make sure you stay consistent in that. And then as long as you do that, like she said, it's God's timing.
That's
So
right.
everything is gonna fall in line as the chips gonna fall as they may, if we just all continue to be consistent in everything we do. So consistency is the key word today. And again, I want to thank you for coming on here. You didn't have to, but you did, and you responded pretty quick too. Like uh, for somebody to be so busy, I mean, honestly, I wasn't even expecting you to respond. I was just like,
Yeah,
it's kind
but
of
you
like
know
a shot in the
what?
dark.
When I can feel good energy, you have to surround yourself with positive people that has good energy. And let me tell you, this is one thing I have to share. I know you got to go, but I have to share this with people. You will have people, even your friends, even your husband, even your girlfriend, even your boyfriend, whomever, they will be jealous. They will not try to motivate you. And then when you try to do it, they will say, oh, she or he think they all that. Well, you are. Because if you don't think it, nobody else is going to think it. Who's going to be your biggest cheerleader? You are. And if they happen to cheer you on, then that's great. But if every time you see something positive, you want to do something positive, and they always have a negative response and not uh cheering you on and being in your corner and want you to be the best, why are you with them? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Why are you with that person that's toxic, that don't feel like that you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve? They're a hindrance.
You're
Get
right.
rid of them. Get rid and I keep it
Oh yeah.
100. Get rid of them. Why are you with somebody that don't believe in you, but yesterday they say they love you? If you love me, you're going to be for me because I'm for you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got
Oh
it.
yeah. Hey man, look, you got some sermons in there, don't you?
Yes.
Hey, nah, for real. But yeah, nah. Again, man, I appreciate it. And you got all my contact information.
Yes, I
And,
got you. I got you locked in, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and want to do this podcast because I knew this is probably the only time that I would do because I got a lot of work to do right after I get done with you. I gotta jump on another conference call and stuff. Somebody just beat me the actuals of those people. But once again, God bless you. Continue your journey. Be who you are, and you stand tall, and you stand on what you believe in, and you never let anyone tell you that, hey, what you're doing, you don't need to be doing because you're doing a great job, my man.
I appreciate it. And I definitely will keep you posted, and you do the same. Keep me updated
Okay.
on everything. And I'm like I said, we one way. We out
All
there.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah. So just
Thank
let
you
me
very
know.
much.
Oh yeah. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye.